They ignored you. They looked past you like you didn't exist. They didn't return your calls. They didn't listen when you spoke. They didn't believe when you dreamed. They didn't care when you struggled. And at the time, it hurt more than you admitted, because being ignored cuts deeper than being insulted. It makes you question your worth, your value, your place in the world. And you told yourself maybe you weren't good enough, maybe you were invisible, maybe you didn't matter. But here's the truth you need to hear today. They didn't ignore you because you were weak. They ignored you because they couldn't see what you were becoming. People don't ignore what they understand. They ignore what they underestimate. And right now, the pain you feel is not a sign of defeat. It's fuel, raw fuel, and what you do with it will decide everything. Because there are two types of people in this world: those who let rejection break them, and those who let it build them. Those who beg for validation, and those who create results so loud they don't need to speak. And today, you choose which one you become. Because the moment you stop chasing attention and start chasing excellence, the power shifts. The moment you stop explaining yourself and start improving yourself, the game changes. Because the most dangerous person in the room is not the loudest, it's the one who was ignored, stayed silent, and kept working. While others were talking, you were training. While others were laughing, you were learning. While others were comfortable, you were uncomfortable on purpose, sharpening your skills, building your discipline, stacking small wins day after day when no one was watching. And that kind of work rewires you. It hardens you. It gives you an edge. Because when you've been ignored long enough, you stop needing applause. You stop needing permission. You stop needing approval. And that's when you become unstoppable. Because you are no longer performing for others. You are building for yourself. And understand this clearly. Revenge is not loud. Revenge is not posting quotes. Revenge is not explaining your pain. Real revenge is silent growth. It's showing up every day when motivation is gone. It's doing the boring work, the hard work, the lonely work, the work nobody claps for, until one day they look up and realize you're no longer in the same place. You're no longer reachable. You're no longer available. And that's when regret hits them. Not because you said anything, but because your results said everything. Because nothing confuses people more than seeing someone they ignored become someone they can't ignore anymore. And make no mistake, that day will come if you stay consistent, if you stay focused, if you stop wasting energy on anger and start investing it into progress. Because anger burns fast and dies quick, but discipline burns slow and lasts forever. And the people who ignored you are not your enemies. They are your teachers. They taught you self-reliance. They taught you how to stand alone. They taught you how to build without support. And that skill will separate you from the crowd for the rest of your life. Because when you learn to move without validation, nothing can stop you. You don't quit when no one cheers. You don't slow down when no one notices. You don't give up when no one believes. Because belief is no longer external, it's internal. It's built from hours of work, from promises kept to yourself, from consistency when quitting felt easier. And understand this, the world is unfair. Talent gets ignored. Effort goes unseen. Potential goes unnoticed. But effort compounds. Discipline compounds. Focus compounds. And one day, the same people who overlooked you will ask how you did it. They'll call it luck, timing, overnight success, but you'll know the truth. You'll remember the nights you worked alone, the mornings you woke up tired but showed up anyway, the moments you wanted to quit but didn't, the days no one cared but you did. And that's why you must not rush this process. You must not seek validation too early, because if you get attention before you're ready, it can destroy you. But if you build in silence, attention becomes irrelevant, because by the time they notice you, you're already beyond their reach, beyond their opinions, beyond their control. And that's real power. The power to move forward without looking back. The power to stay disciplined when others drift. the power to remain focused when distractions are everywhere. And today, right now, you make a decision. You stop replaying the moments they ignored you. You stop reopening old wounds. You stop proving yourself to people who never cared. And you start proving something to yourself, that you are capable of growth, capable of consistency, capable of greatness. Not overnight, not magically, but daily, intentionally, relentlessly. Because success is not about showing them who you are. It's about becoming who you were meant to be. And when you finally get there, when your work speaks for itself, when your results become undeniable, when your presence changes the room, you won't need to say a word. You won't need to remind them of the past, because their regret will be automatic. It will live in the gap between where you started and where you ended up. And that gap is built with discipline, sacrifice, focus, and patience. So don't rush, don't complain, don't announce your plans, don't seek sympathy. Stay quiet, stay hungry, stay consistent. Let them keep ignoring you while you build. Because the best revenge is not to destroy them, it's to outgrow them, to rise so high that their opinions no longer reach you, to become so focused that distractions fade, to become so strong that rejection no longer hurts. And one day, you'll realize something powerful. Being ignored was the greatest gift you never asked for, because it forced you to become self-made, self-driven, and self-disciplined. And when that happens, regret won't just be theirs. Pride will be yours, earned, solid, and unshakable.